The Mermaids of River John, 1918. This town in Nova Scotia has seen many stories of animals described as mermaids over the years. This picture caused a lot of debate, and although many dismissed it as a hoax, some believe it to be real. A picture from the same area in 1922 shows another strange shape below the water. Critics claim it was just a small whale. The North Atlantic Mermaids, 2016. The controversial image was taken by a pair of divers as they approached a pod of what they described as mermaids. Some have claimed this as evidence of an undiscovered cetacean species. The Mermaid Fall, 2019. This cetacean carcass was found during a seafloor expedition near Puerto Rico. Some have called it a mermaid, owing to its strikingly humanoid features, but biologists claimed its heavily decomposed state cannot offer a positive identification.
Well, mermaids are real. Who knew except all of humanity for literally the entire amount of time you shitheads could document things? Let's go over what we know. First of all, these mermaids are notably different from many other mermaids of lore. Rather than being half beautiful woman and half fish or some sort of weird eel man, these mermaids are massive in scale, looking more along the lines of a whale-human hybrid than a fish-human hybrid. While a popular explanation for these creatures was that early humans, or some sort of human ancestor, went into the ocean for one reason or another, probably resources, and slowly evolved into dolphin people, as displayed by this dumbass Animal Planet CGI documentary, upon further investigation, this does not appear to be the case. DNA analysis of the parts of the corpse that we did not eat proved that the quote-unquote mermaids are actually a species of yet unidentified cetaceans, the same family that includes dolphins and whales. Though these creatures are related to whales, through convergent evolution, they have evolved more human-like characteristics. To be able to hunt more effectively and use tools, they've traded their front flippers for hands. The ability to skillfully manipulate the environment could prove very useful in the ocean. For one, the amount of foods that require either great force or great thought to extract from their shells/skeletons/houses down here are vast. And said skeleton houses are made from calcium, which is a prime material to be reshaped into tools. Maybe. I don't know. Don't Google it. I at least know it would be a lot harder for a regular whale to jerk off. While the facial structure in the skull and the grabbers on the end of their arms suggest a relation to humanity, these creatures are actually genetically much closer to deer than to people. Not that there's really much of a difference in my eye. Both look the same in headlights. Moving on, looking at their skull structure, it looks strikingly humanoid, with roughly the same dentition as a human as well, suggesting that they've maintained an omnivorous diet. Not only this, but it looks as though their head is structured to allow for a large brain. How smart these things are is a mystery, but if they can use tools and avoid human cameras for decades, chances are they got a lot of wrinkles in their head meatballs. I hear what you're saying. Wait, so sea people just evolved completely separately from land people and somehow have identical front limb and skull structure and are even similar enough to have human-like tits? Yep, you're not nearly as special as you once thought. Weird how that keeps happening. These creatures are around 6 to 7 human wingspans long from head to tail, and chances are they can get much longer. I bet you're wondering how the hell these fat asses stayed hidden for so long despite their size. Chances are, these creatures, with their higher intelligence, noticed the trouble that humanity usually causes. A smart being would likely vacate whatever area is heavily trafficked by the animal kingdom's version of a serial killer, so the sea people would vacate the surface whenever humans were around, diving incredibly deep to avoid the fates that many species of whale and large sea life suffered. I mean, if I were them, I would run from you guys too. I saw what you turned wolves into. Humans and cetaceans are among the most intelligent organisms on the planet, so chances are, these mermaids are pretty smart too. We can gauge from one of the images that they display social behavior, traveling in groups. The term would be pods if we considered them whales, and angry mob if we considered them human. The evolution of grasping hands leads one to believe that these cetaceans were using tools. These traits show advanced intelligence, and if they're intelligent enough to develop tools and live in large social groups, they might be intelligent enough to form some semblance of a society. It's possible that they could have an even more advanced society than humanity. I can already hear you whining. How would they develop advanced technology without the energy given by fire? Ooh. And first of all, you've been complaining a lot this episode, so fucking quit it. And second, ever hear of a hydrothermal vent? Well, if not, they're like little volcanoes, but under the water. They get pretty damn hot and put off a lot of chemical energy too. I bet there's a way to put those pieces together, so just because you're too dumb to figure it out doesn't mean the mermaids are.
The ocean covers 71% of the Earth's surface, and 50 to 80% of all life is found under the waves. How well do you really know what you're swimming with? Or worse, what's below you?
This video was based on the Eduardo Valdés-Hevia art and writing collection titled Mermaids. You should go check it out because it's fucking awesome. If you like this video, you should like, comment, and subscribe with all notifications enabled, or I'll feed you to the giant water ladies. Shout out the inner circle. Love y'all.